So here recently, I've become more of a hog connoisseur, if you will, in more ways than one. I like eating them, like shooting them. It's probably one of my most favorite things to do here lately is thermal hog hunt at night. So whenever I first started, I wasn't really sure on what ammo to shoot, which caliber, soft point, hollow point, ballistic tip, full metal jacket. I mean, the list goes on and on. There's so many choices to choose from whenever it comes to going and taking a hog ethically, right? I mean, the key behind this is how do we kill something ethically? If you're not doing that, you're probably not a good hunter, in my opinion. But we're not going to get into that. Whenever I go to take an animal, I take it in the most ethical way possible. So, what does that mean? Granted, there's a lot of learning curves in this. And what I came to find out is the most ethical round would be the 7.62 by 39 soft point. Second best of that would be 7.62 39 with the Hornady SST tip, which is a great round. Probably my go-to for a really long time. If you've been following my channel, you've seen where hogs have actually came charging at me. And at that point in time, I was using an infrared scope. And that is a 150 grain ballistic tip made by Nosler. Reloaded, obviously. But on a 300 blackout. So, with that being said, that's definitely not my go-to anymore. It took multiple rounds to kill it. A lot of these hogs take 1 to 3 rounds to kill it. One on the great side, great shot placement. I've shot a 400-pound hog that's taken 4 308 rounds and 2 7.62 by 39 rounds. And all of those rounds, believe it or not, were the Hornady SSTs. So what I came to find out, again, is the round selection, okay? And the best round that I found, by far, is the 7.62 by 39 soft point. The 308 would be close comparison. And I'm talking, my shots are within 50 yards. Now, whenever you start stretching out 200 yards, something that I don't typically take, but I'm sure that the 308 would outperform. But I'm talking 50, even 100 yards and in. That's where I like to get to whenever it comes to shooting these hogs. So I'm going to move the camera here. Bear with me. And we'll go over these rounds. So like I said, this is by far the absolute round. That's a 7.62 by 39. That's a Sierra 125 grain soft point. Then we have another great round, which is 7.62 by 39. See if we can get it to zoom in here. Which is a soft point as well, made by Gold Dot. And all these are reloads, actually. So, here's a 308 ballistic tip. 308's a great round for them, don't get me wrong. But the ballistic tip, I would not shoot those at a hog. Here's another 308 Hornady SST. Again, 308's a great round. I'm not knocking that round. Never would I knock that round against a hog. Just for my applications, 100 yards or less, it's always going to be that 7.62 by 39. The new upcoming that I can't wait to try, I'm actually going to go back to the 300 blackout for a minute. And if you look at that hollow point. A hollow point is going to be a force of reckoning, in my opinion. So it's a jacketed hollow point. So what does that mean? That means that not only do we have the expansion, which is what we want, but you're also going to have the penetration. So what I mean by that is I've shot a hog in the neck with these SSTs, and they penetrate, but they literally, I guess you would say, explode. I mean, they just fragment beyond recognition. So what does that mean? Well, you're not only going to have chunks of lead and copper in your meat, but you're also the force, the penetration going to the vitals is not going to be there, right? So whenever they hit, it might go 6 inches before it completely fragments. And that's why it takes 3 or 4 rounds of these SSTs to, you know, kill a hog. Granted, you hit one with this in the vitals or in the vital area, it's going to go down, but it'll run probably 50, 60 yards before it goes down. You know, like I said, whereas the cream here, the soft point, that not only expands, but it also has the penetration behind it, which leads me to believe that this 300 blackout will, you know, you'll be able to get your penetration and expansion out of that as well. But that pretty much selects it to what I got going on. What I've been doing, it's hard to see, but I actually stagger these SSTs and soft points. So you do that. What I've noticed is you hit them first with this soft point, and that gives you the penetration. That goes to the vitals. And then you follow up with them with this SST. And for some reason, whenever the way that it explodes and fragments, the wound channel is just unbelievable. And you actually get blood trails whenever you do back to back. So that's what I've been doing. I've been having really good luck with that combination. And again, that's the Spear Gold Dot Soft Points. 123 grain, 7.62 by 39. And then this one's a Hornady SST, 123 grain, 7.62 by 39. So again, what I would really stay away from is these ballistic tips. You know, here shortly, the next hog that I get on, I'll be taking them down with this 300 blackout, and we'll have a pretty good idea as to what we need to do next. Whether or not just completely scrap the round altogether. I know a lot of people like the 300 blackout for hogs. This just never, to be honest with you, it's just never surpassed any of my expectations on anything. Accuracy, penetration. I mean, it's, I don't know, it's a bad round. In my opinion, you know, that's again my opinion. There's a lot of people that love it and won't go along, you know, that won't go along with that statement, but everybody's got their own thing. The next one that I'm going to be doing is a 6mm ARC. So that's kind of in the works. You know, we'll see how this works out. I'm not sure. I think this is a Hornady AMAX. I think it's it's new. I just got loading into it. So I think it's the Hornady AMAX 105 grain maybe. But either way, these two are next on the board here. So if there's any caliber or tip or anything you want me to shoot them with, you just leave it in the comment section and I'll make sure to put it on the list, and we'll just see how it does. So I got a lot of years of experience reloading and a lot of different rounds saved up. So if there's something you want to see, feel free to put it in there, and then we'll kind of go from there.